I thought we'd have a quick look at the latest project I'm working on. This is not a Victrola. Yeah, I know it looks like one. It's not. This is the HMV Model 103. It's, well, there is no Victor equivalent to this machine. It's size-wise, I guess you'd put it between a Victrola 6 and a Victrola 8. The 8 being the lidded machine, the 6 being without a lid. It's as if somebody took a Victrola 4, a Victrola 6, mixed the parts up a little bit, and kind of made a lidded machine out of it. But, unlike the 4 or the 6 or the 8, this has a very HMV 102-like, or 101, folded horn. This is the horn here. It's out for cleaning. And this is probably equivalent in size to the Victrola 8's horn, but it's longer because it's folded, of course, and it goes all the way up here and twists around. And I haven't heard this machine play yet, but I suspect it's going to have a very nice sound. It's oak. Quarter sawn, like you'd find. It's kind of hard to tell because of the dark finish on there, but kind of like a Victrola would have. Now, here's the interesting parts here. Those of you familiar with the 102s and some of the later 101s will recognize that speed control, because it's the same. As is the motor, which is something I would expect to find in one of the earlier 101s. Matter of fact, the motor 426 is what it is, but this is the same style of motor you would find in the 101 portable, the earlier style, before they went to the number 59 spam can motor. And it's going to get the usual service. Not horribly dirty, it really isn't. But it will get serviced, cleaned up. There's your grease diagram on there. What does it say? Use his master's voice. Oh, it's upside down, but it says use his master's voice, oil and grease, and motor grease. Okay. Now, like the lidded Victrolas, now obviously there was a lot of patent sharing going on between HMV and the gramophone company, because this is the exact style of any lidded Victrola tabletop. Doors are a little different, you'll notice. It has the slanted edge here. See how they come together? Not sure why they did it that way, but they did. Maybe to make it a little more dust resistant. I don't know. And they have wooden knob handles. Wooden knobs, not handles. Right there. But on the outside, it looks just like, you know, one of the later Victrolas. The is that a piano hinge? I hadn't even noticed. No, that's not a piano hinge. It's just a bit more hidden hinge than you'd see on some of the Victrolas, I guess. Here we go. We'll have a look inside the case. Whoops, I have it disconnected for cleaning. But let's see. There's his master's voice HMV water decal on there. None with the Victrola one would be. And there's the 103 label on there. Looks awfully empty without the horn in there. And unlike the Victrola lidded models, the back panel, the panel that has your tone arm support on it, actually just unscrews with 4 screws, comes off very easily. It's not a glued part of the case, which makes cleaning a bit easier. And you can see that turntable, a 10-inch turntable, that's, I'm sure, would fit directly on any 101 or 102. Attaches the same way with a little seat clip, not a seat clip, a little clip on there. Strangely enough, there's no feet. No little rubber feet on this cabinet, or evidence there was ever any on there. I don't see little holes where the tacks would have gone. I do see remnants of felt under there, so it's possible this bottom of this machine just might have had a thick felt pad on it. I am going to put Victrola rubber feet on there because they work very well, and if you put this on a wooden surface, it will scratch it, being moved around or whatnot. I don't want that to happen, so put the little thumbtack wooden rubber feet on there, and that'll take care of that problem. See, it's got the crank right in the middle, just like you would find on a Victrola 9. Now, I know HMV made a variety of small tabletop machines like this. There was a Model 109. There were a couple of other ones in there. I don't have those for examples at the moment. Somewhere, I do have an HMV equivalent of the Victrola the 9th. I haven't done that one yet. That's still in storage, waiting its turn eventually. While this one has a small single spring motor, that one's got the big 2-spring motor. Same as the 9. Well, that's it. Just I'll look at it before I get to taking it all down to its last little component and cleaning everything and whatnot. Just an interesting look at a machine not often seen here in the U.S. Now, the portables are pretty thin on the ground here because they were never sold here. They were just imported or brought home by tourists and servicemen or whatnot. But they were never actually sold here. There were no HMV dealers in the U.S. You know, nobody was selling them in catalogs. And especially the larger machines like this, which would have been somewhat awkward to bring home if you were a tourist or a serviceman. You don't see too many of these. So when this one came along, I grabbed it. I've had this for a while. I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet. But there you go. The Victrola, the HMV Gramophone Company, Model 103.